Hey there, have you missed these videos? I have been talking to past clients and to colleagues and friends about how virtual communication has been going with their teams. And you know, the number one struggle that I'm hearing is people just not turning their cameras on. And that kind of surprised me because I really thought we were getting more used to this idea of virtual communication and would have fixed our lighting and our backdrops and our sound and all of that stuff by now. And so I was sort of curious as to where this reticence to turn cameras on was coming from. And the more I thought about it and really concentrated on what the conversations really were about and where this might be coming from, it dawned on me that we've kind of missed a step in our transition to working from home and virtual communication and everything when it happened so quickly. And we've missed the trust conversation. We've missed having a conversation about safe space and how we create a safe environment in the virtual world. Have you had that conversation with your teams? If you haven't, I would suggest that you put aside a half hour and just ask them, what is their comfort level on Zoom? There are many people that are turning on their cameras, but kind of under duress. Have that conversation about how you can make these calls easier. And some of that might be protocols and expectations that haven't been set either. But let's go back to safe space for a second. Because oftentimes when we talk about creating a safe space, we put it in that harassment category. We put it in the, how do we make sure that our employees feel safe so that they can speak up if something occurs to them, if they have a difficult conversation that they feel needs to be reported because things were said. And that needs to also be part of this Zoom safe space conversation. But I'm also talking about just how is this information being used and stored? Because as soon as you turn on video cameras, that usually makes people a little bit more uncomfortable. And particularly if they see that little red dot saying that the meeting is being recorded. Well, why is it being recorded, and where is it going to live after this? And how many other people are going to see or have access to what it is that we're talking about? These are things that need to be covered in order to make people feel safe, speaking their minds, saying what they really feel, and contributing to the best of their capability. And there's also, of course, a body language piece to it. You know, if it's coming from me, there's going to be a body language piece. And that is also, how are you as a manager showing up? Or how are you as a team member showing up to these calls? If it's a one-on-one and you're meeting with a client, have you created that safe space? Have you had that conversation with them about the virtual world and how comfortable they are in it? And maybe they would rather go back to phone calls, but they're kind of afraid to just put it right out there and say, you know, I'd really rather just meet by phone. You could alleviate them. Think about that. You're going to win that customer for life because you were the one that said, you know what, I know everybody's meeting on Zoom these days, but what if we just pick up the phone? So have those safe space conversations. Learn how physically you can help encourage that feeling of safety and security on Zoom. When you think you might need help with that, or you want to have a conversation with me about how to bring this to your teams, I am open. My contact information is going to be listed here. My name is Allison Henderson, and you've been watching a video by Moving Image Consulting. Think about those safe spaces. If you skipped that conversation, let's go back and have it.